Happy Tuesday, y'all. Have you ever tried to speak the truth to someone and instead of listening, they get defensive about what you said and turn it around back on you? Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth. Sometimes people have their minds made up and have their own agenda or their own position of where they stand about what you're trying to say. According to psychology, when people react like this, it says they feel guilty about something inside. You bring up a real issue, but they avoid it completely and start attacking your tone instead of your point. You try to explain yourself, but they shift focus to how you said it to escape the truth you exposed. Psychology also says ego feels threatened by truth, so the mind protects itself by avoiding responsibility. You think it's a misunderstanding, but it's not. It's someone refusing to face what they already know is wrong and refusing to accept or hear what you said. When you see them stop hearing your intention and listening, all they hear is a challenge to their pride and control. You start questioning yourself deep down, and you know the truth exactly where it needed to be. But the other side, side B, is still stuck in their shit, stuck in their own agenda, stuck in their own position, and find themselves in a self-defeating game. Communication is tough. A lot of times these struggles are when a person is communicating with a superior, someone above them, supervisor, general manager, boss, employee, etc. Sometimes people are just stuck in right. I'm right. They have a hard time of changing their glasses and seeing the bigger picture and looking at things different. Those kind of people are just holding themselves back. They make an issue, they make confrontation. You on the other side, you think, was it me? What did I do? But it's not you, it's them. It's them stuck in their shit. A lot of times on side A, it will affect our tapes and our own insecurities that we struggle with, and we will think, what did we do, or what did we say, or whatever. But in all reality, it's not us, it's them. And that's okay. You handle your side of the fence, you speak the truth, you be bold with where you stand, and it is what it is. And when the other side deflects or has their issues, it's a lot deeper than the circumstance at hand. So, when you find yourself in a situation like this, just know it's not you, it's the other person. I had a situation one time years ago, my early 20s. I was an outside salesman for a retail lumber yard and contractor salesman, I guess you call it, CSR. And I struggled with a regional manager. Me and him clashed big time personality-wise. He constantly changed the playing field, constantly changed the pay scale, constantly would take my customers away after 6 months, after a year, the whole 9 yards. He did everything he could to try to break me, basically prove that I wasn't the person, or the store or the area didn't need a salesman, the whole 9 yards. And I would constantly change too. You take away the margin, I sell more quantity. You adjust the quantity, I would try to push more margin. I would push more outside sales to areas to where I could make more margin, such as city, county, and state accounts. Then he would go and take those away and call those house accounts, and turn that around to change the playing field again and take those away from me, and then put me back on volume with margin. And it just kept on and on and on. And I dealt with this for about 3.5, 4 years. And finally, I just had enough. One time we were having lunch with the store manager and this particular gentleman. He would ask me, how are you still getting these numbers? How are you still doing this? And I'm like, well, sir, I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this. I get a feeling you're telling me what I want to hear instead of what I want to know. And I said, what are you asking me? You're asking me what I'm doing. I'm telling you the truth. You took away me selling sticks, 2x4s, lumber, and you took that away and you took the margin away to quantity. Then you change it back to margin. I had a minimum margin. So you took stuff away from me to make a living. So I went after different clientele, ag stuff, industrial stuff, city, county, state stuff, high margin stuff. You still telling me I'm not being truthful with you. Something is going on. And the guy just kept, be honest, just kept busting my balls. And I just, time they change the playing field, I would just adapt and double down and go after it even harder. And the guy couldn't understand how my sales were still above where they were at store sales at that time, this particular store. He just couldn't believe it. He's just dumbfounded. Just thought something was there, something was there, something was there. Something's not adding up. Because it didn't work his way. But his way actually had an issue with me personally. For whatever reason. Looking back at that time, especially now reflecting on tools and as I've grown and matured in life, and I mean, the guy just obviously had a jealousy issue, obviously didn't understand the market that I actually worked in back then, and the guy dang sure didn't understand my drive and work ethic. The store manager did, because he kept me around. The store manager kept reloading my tools, kept reloading what I needed. I still took care of business, still made a living. Those guys couldn't understand why I was outperforming the store manager and the regional manager. I always remember that analogy, that time when this conversation is brought up. And I look back at that gentleman and his time and his being, and he was one of those guys that just had to be right. He was right no matter what. He could not open his mind and change his glasses to look at different things. He couldn't understand. And then above all, he would not take the time to listen to what I had to say or hear what I had to say. He had to be right no matter what. A lot of people have that problem. A lot of people have that struggle. And sometimes you can get through to people like that, and sometimes you can't. It takes two. It's not always you, it's them. And sometimes you just may just have to take a step back and say, I don't want no part of this. And at a certain point, I did. And chose to go down the road and go back to being self-employed. But there was a lot of value in that back then. And now, 25-something years later, there's still a lot of value in that, looking back at that lesson. And I think about that a lot at times when I'm contemplating and discussing things like this with people and stuff like that. But I hope everybody got something out of this today. If you're going through a similar situation, a similar struggle, I hope we can make a difference. Here at the Daddy Story, we're trying to make a difference and supporting dads and moms too. We kind of talk about a range of different topics. And I want to give AJ a big kudo, big thanks for working behind the scenes and taking care of all the editing and all the good stuff that happens. We couldn't do it without him. Hope everybody has a great day and catch you soon. I'm only a man in the city.